Stems is a term that we've heard thrown around probably since you started working in a studio and working on music. But are you using the term correctly? A lot of people aren't. Today, I'd like to address it. Hey everyone, I'm Cole Caparoon. Thank you for stopping by for another video. My Facebook friend Andy Tullis says, "Hey brother, great video yesterday, but I'm a little confused on some of it. Is there a way that you can explain the difference between stems and stereo files? Because when I think stereo files, I'm thinking the overall master, and I'm 99% sure that I'm wrong." Now this is a topic that I've kind of wanted to address for a long time because I hear the term stems thrown around constantly. So let's start with where the term came from and how we arrived at using the term, and then what it actually means today in modern production. Now there's kind of two schools of thought. Some people think that the word stems originated from stereo masters, S-T-E-M masters, but there's another whole school of thought that I think is probably more legitimate that comes from the film production world, from movies. Now, it was common back then, and it still is today, to print groups of tracks together. You've probably heard the term stem mastering. I'm not for stem mastering, but that's a topic for a whole nother video. But in film and in movie production, the track counts can be absolutely enormous, like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of tracks. It can be hundreds of tracks of dialogue alone. And so what was common practice is, and this is as best as I understand it, but what was common practice is they would group certain things together so that way they could condense the track count and not have to deal with many, many hundreds of tracks or thousands of tracks, and they could condense it down to things that they didn't necessarily need individual control over. And this is where the term stems came from. Today, there are a whole bunch of people that think that stems is all of the tracks inside of Pro Tools. So you have a kick stem and a snare stem and a tom stem and an overhead stem and a lead vocal stem and a background vocal stem and a harmony stem. But that's not actually the case. When you say the word stems, what you are talking about is groups of elements together. For instance, you could have a drum stem that is a stereo print of the drums, but captured inside that drum stem is the kick drum and the snare drum and the toms and the overheads and the room microphones and everything else, and then you would print that into a stereo track. That would be the drum stem. You could have a vocal stem that would incorporate the lead vocal and the doubles and the triples and all the harmonies and the handoffs and everything else, and that would be your vocal stem. It's a single stereo print of all of the vocals. When we're referring to just single elements like just the kick drum or just the lead vocal, we're just referring to tracks or audio tracks. So when you open up a session in whatever DAW you're working in and you have all the different things separated out, then you just have tracks. Now, a place where I think that this might have gotten interesting is in the advent of like pop music, R&B, hip hop, when they would use drum machines and programming machines, and then there would only be a stereo track into their DAW or onto tape, whatever they were doing, that contained all of the percussion together. And so that was just one track inside of the DAW or on the tape machine, even though it had multiple elements. And I kind of think that this is where things started getting blurry, because technically that's both a stem and a track. But the proper way to use the term is stems are groups of elements that have been grouped together into a single stereo file. If you like this sort of content, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell next to the subscribe tab. Drop me a comment and let me know what you think. Did you have it right or did you have it wrong? There's also down below in the description of this video, there are links to every single piece of gear that I use. Those links do go to Sweetwater. So anytime you guys need any piece of musical gear whatsoever, you can jump on any one of my videos, click on any one of the links in the description of any video. And once you're on the site, you can purchase anything that you need. Costs you nothing extra. Goes a long ways to help me keep making videos just like this. So thank you, Sweetwater, for sponsoring this video, and thanks to you guys for using the links in the description anytime you need anything. I hope this helped somebody. I just want to clear up some confusion, and this is a great way to do it. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.